2016 was awful. No Man's Sky, The Division, Mighty Number 9, Donald Trump, Virtual Reality. 2016 was globally acclaimed a disaster and one of the worst years in the modern world that didn't mainly involve a war. This year felt like what I missed. I wasn't part of gaming forums or anything when I was a kid, so only in recent years I found videos about that golden era of video games that I never really understood at the time, and to be honest, I don't think I actually understand when it was yet, so don't correct me. But then, boom, January 13th, I sat for an hour watching Nintendo recover from one of the lowest points a company can get without actually cancelling business in such a beautiful way that the one thing we all never believed would happen. Nintendo got with the times by showing the world how they will stop letting kids have all the fun and kick people's ass with my personal first ever current gen gaming system. That promise captivated the internet to keep promoting the Switch by itself for Nintendo, and it gave the company such a push forward, but this was the mere beginning of the gaming wonders of 2017. Next month, Hollow Knight. I did not get through this game, but that's actually the point. Losing myself in an immersive underground environment with so many things to try and figure out and conquer and keep track and mechanics to earn and master, while keeping me absolutely breathless with a tremendous soundtrack that holds you by the neck but gives you just enough air to keep going. One more try, a little deeper into the cave. This is a phenomenal experience that for the sadly little-ish time I got to invest in it, every single second felt like a beautifully crafted painting. What a masterpiece that just bombarded any standard a Metroidvania game had to stand towards back then. Next month, April, 10 PM, I'm sitting in front of my computer, giddy and giggly, watching Shovel Knight Treasure Trove getting its newest update, the best campaign in this series so far, Spectre of Torment. This campaign was an amazing experience and one of my first time beating a game this early after its launch, and with zero downtime. Seriously, amazing variety and innovation via character into a pre-existing world with old enemies and finding such a kick-ass way to play in this world again. And all that wrapped with my favorite soundtrack of the year and an actually good story for the first time in series, seriously. Strong 5 out of 5, just as I said back in my review, and more. And honestly, thinking about that review, the only flaw I noted back then on my Spectre Knight review was proven wrong, since turns out I was just stupid and I didn't even try to use the relics. They're one of the best parts of the game. They make you an absolute boss stomping machine. It's really incredible. Anyway, May was kind of boring. I played a bunch of old games, admin stuff specifically. Next month, that's not the point. I did not buy this game. I would not get enough excitement with the single player version and not enough long-term value from the online, and will probably look stupid even offering to play this in local co-op. But let me tell you, from just the test punch and future discussion about the game, this game did something no game did for quite a while, and that is bring something absolutely brand new to the world of video games. The way all these rock, paper, scissors like elements stack up into a new fighting game concept is mind-blowing that this thing just happened with almost every other title being released being compared to like 3 or 9 different games. This game is a proof that innovation is still very much a thing for gaming, and knowing the core gameplay is still fun and exciting, Onwards is yet another game like Hollow Knight I wish I cared a little more for, but I'm fully aware this means a lot for the industry. My birthday is on July 19th. I wonder what could make this month any better. Kirby's Blowout Blast is a stepping stone for Kirby. It's actually the first Kirby game in true 3D. Heard it? It's almost identical in many ways to Kirby's Dream Land. No copy abilities, only inhale combos, about 5 worlds, fight with DDD at the end, very specific and surprisingly a new throwback, never done before one, sprite references to the very first game, which again, surprise wasn't done yet. This game will set the start of a new era for Kirby, and if it ramps up from this one to the future like Kirby's Dream Land ramped up, a good pink future awaits for us. So that was July 6th. Over to 14th, boom, Dream Daddy. I'm so happy this game came out, though sadly right now I won't ever be allowed to buy it until I get a credit card and a lot of free time, and I won't pirate it because I can do that to the grumps, come on man. That said, one day later, Splatoon 2 brings me my first experience with this franchise, and I don't think the game left my hands for about a week. Salmon Run by itself is a complete counter-argument to whoever say this is just a copy-pasted sequel, and it's one of the most enjoyable online games I ever played. But when that week ended, I was sad, because I don't own a 3DS. But I wanted to play Miitopia a lot. This game is such a fun experience that I can't believe since the Wii's launch back in 2006 didn't start development. An RPG with delightful humor, good dialogue that isn't overbearing, a simple combat system, and the most popular custom avatars in history. Why didn't this come out 11 years ago? Huh? And while you question that, have a snack at this monumental, both size and excellence platformer backed by Edmund Macmillan. The End is Nigh, an innovative game in an extremely easy to call stale genre that topped everyone's high expectations and became a cult classic and a speedrunner's fan favorite due to its controlled, precise nature and incredible depth, and one of the best collectible earning experiences in a TV platformer ever. Whew. So that month was insane, and now over to August we have... oh, you? Okay. Sonic was the butt of half the jokes regarding video games in the past 10 to 20 years and came back from actual hell to kick some ass big time with the best Sonic game to date. Amazing music, breathtaking visual detail, and level design that takes itself very seriously and pretty much overcomes many criticisms on past Sonic games levels easily. A masterpiece that will only get better with time. In its own ways. Actually, so many retro stuff popped around over the year, but nothing really got older than the 80 years in the making Cupface. This is the first single player game that the Call of Duty shooty boys, the PUBG, I don't know, from my school actually bought and played and talked about in ever. I finally had something to talk with them about. Everyone had such a good time playing this fantastic game with its incredibly unique art style and the post-modernly fun difficulty of it. I can't say anything that wasn't said about this one, but damn, Cuphead was a good start for the school year, that's for sure. October. What did we have in Super Mario Odyssey caught me off guard at every corner, every rooftop and every second wall. I watched so much footage and gameplay and heard so much about the game before launch, yet even with a good understanding of how the game should work, I felt overwhelmed by the insane amount of fun playing this. This game is pure joy distributed between two cons. That joke sucked. It's just a refreshing breeze of originality we can expect from Nintendo, but this was a hurricane of innovation, whizzing up every other AAA developer's skirts and showing everyone that Mario is and always will be the absolute king of gaming. I can't think of any reason why you won't enjoy playing this game, no matter who you are. This will go down in history as one of the essential games for anyone new to Mario, Nintendo, and gaming. Uh-oh, ports. This month might not have been the best at all for PC and the big bro consoles, but the Switch finally got what it kind of deserved. People's favorite games of past days finally showing up on the Switch. These last 2 months of the year didn't have many interesting new releases, at least in my opinion, but games that are all-time favorites across so many genres of gaming started hopping in. Super Meat Boy, VVVVVV, Enter the Gungeon, LA Noire, Resident Evil, Guitar Hero, The End is Nigh, and many others. So many of those to close off 2017 and forever banish the claim that Switch has no games on it. This might not be a big ending, but I feel like it's something good for gaming. I know I talked not only about the Switch in this thing, but this console really is the most monumental and influential thing in gaming for the close couple of years, and Sony is probably working on a ripoff as we speak, and the list of 2018 games looks incredibly tasty too. Less than 4 months till Kirby Star Allies, let's go! But along with Yoshi, Not Smash, Mega Man 11, Bayonetta if you're one of those people, and probably a ton more. 2017 was a phenomenal year for gaming as a whole and will go down in history as a possible start of a new golden era. All depends on how Kirby works compared to Amazing Mirror. And yeah, that's gonna top it off for this video. I hope it was as good as I wanted it to be, or at least deliver the message. Gaming has a new standard, a new banger every month. Game of the Year per category just isn't cutting it anymore. As long as Nintendo can try and stand to that standard by themselves, we are looking at a very, very happy future. Buy a Switch. Thanks for watching. I was Boogs. Happy New Year!